So our agenda here, and as a good project manager or business analyst, you know, you're going to have an agenda and you're going to try and get organized up front. Anyway, I'm going to pull from the IIBA BABOK guide, right? The business analysis body of knowledge. And at the same time, I'm going to pull from the PMBOK guide. Everybody here know what the PMBOK guide is?
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I'm going to pull from the PMBOK guide and the business analysis body of knowledge and just look for some intersecting points and say, for project managers, how can we use that to better drive quality in business analysis? The new version 4 says 5.1, which is, come on, you said you knew the PMBOK guide. 5.1. Oh, well, you just got your PMP and your PDUs for this session. 5.1, collect requirements. That's new. That was not in version 3. There's two main breakthrough areas for the PMBOK guide for the new version. The other thing about this BABOK guide is they want to clarify the relationship between business analysis and other disciplines, particularly project management. So what we are here in this room talking about is very much on the minds of business leaders throughout the country and throughout the world. How do we do a better job of analyzing what we want to spend our money on and then defining those requirements in an actionable way that we can actually deploy into successful outcomes? The answer to this one because it's so central to everything we do, and that is success criteria. And you know, there's lots to it, and there's lots of attributes and characteristics and information that needs to be generated and documented. But if you are launching a project without clearly defined success criteria, you will have, to quote John Mason, sub-optimized performance on your projects. Because you can't deliver success if you don't know what success is. I mean, we're in the realm of logic here. But there's a lot. How many of you right now, don't raise your hands, but think about it. How many of you right now are working on projects that do not have clearly defined success criteria? Just think about it for a minute. And along those lines, think of the risks, and think of the waste, and think of the void that gets filled by your enemies. The enemies of political infighting, of passive-aggressive avoidance, of rats jumping off a sinking ship because they really see that this thing really doesn't have a direction, and so the odds of success are that much greater. That void is filled by the success criteria that you establish for your project at the outset. And most of that is not really done by project management. And in the classic views that we're looking at here, certainly from the PMBOK point of view, those success criteria are documented where? 4.1, develop project charter. Right? That's where you go. You go to your project charter and it says, here's the justification, here's why we're launching this project. How many of you are working on a project without a charter? Okay, right? Huge risks. The reason you're working on a project without a charter are 3. Organizational immaturity, lack of effective sponsorship, and the absence of effective business analysis leading to the green lighting of that project. That project should not have been green lighted without this kind of analysis up front. And where do we get it? Business analysis, primarily, right? Business analysis, this is from the BABOK, helps organizations define the optimal solution for their needs. Okay, we have a solution here that we're pushing for. And from here, right, how do we understand the organization and define success in the real world for our project? This has to happen up front. You can't green light a project, well you can, but it's not really an effective, mature process to be green lighting a project without understanding how this change that you're about to bring about is going to impact.